The scapegoat theory refers to the tendency to blame someone else for one's own problems, a process that often results in feelings of prejudice towards the person or group that one is blaming. Scapegoating serves as an opportunity to explain failure or misdeeds while maintaining one's positive self-image. If a person who is poor or doesn't get a job that he or she applies for can blame an unfair system or the people who got the job that he or she wanted, the person may be using the other as a scapegoat and may end up hating them as a result. However, if the system really is unfair and keeps the person from succeeding financially, or the other people got the job because of nepotism or illegitimate preferential treatment, then blaming those factors would not be scapegoating. Essentially, scapegoating generally employs a stand-in for one's own failures so that one doesn't have to face one's own weaknesses. This scapegoat then serves as an outlet for individual frustration and hostilities. It has also been suggested that when a scapegoat has been targeted for aggression over a period of time, they may thus acquire the quality of a stimulus for aggression. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Naija News series. Kindly subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, give us a thumbs up, and leave a comment. Ethnic conflicts, inter-tribal wars, racial differences, and land disputes are some of the major catalysts for this aggression. Studies also suggest that racial prejudice increase during periods of economic downturn and high unemployment. History contains a number of examples of political leaders using scapegoats to rally their people at the expense of a despised group. In perhaps the most blatant and tragic example, Adolf Hitler notoriously scapegoated Jews for the fact that other Germans were suffering after World War I. Another classical example is the Nigerian Civil War, also known as the Nigerian Biafran War, fought from July 1967 to January 1970. The conflict resulted from political, economic, ethnic, cultural, and religious tensions which preceded the United Kingdom's former decolonization of Nigeria. The immediate cause of the war in 1966 included a military coup and a counter-coup, but just like the Jews, the Igbos were more commercially successful than the average Northerners. This conjured resentment and hatred towards the group, and I believe this was the underlying factor that led to the anti-Igbo pogroms in northern Nigeria. Nigeria is currently experiencing serious economic downturn, high unemployment rates, insecurity, among other political afflictions under the Buhari-led administration. And instead of facing these economic issues head-on, the government is busy fighting ipob, Nnamdi Kanu, and in effect, an anti-Igbo war. There are many actors in the fight against insecurity in Nigeria, and the Nigerian government is yet to declare a total victory against any of these actors or villains. The often cited reasons for the failure of the government or the Nigerian army to defeat Boko Haram and insurgency include poor equipments, demoralization of the troops, and corruption in the top echelon of the military. As much as all these are true, the Nigerian military had the right morale and equipments when the python danced in the southeastern part of the country. If the Nigerian government will employ the same enthusiasm or gusto to fight insecurity in the country, then Nigeria will be safe for all its citizens. Thus begs the question, why is the fight against insecurity in the East, or against ipob, or against Nnamdi Kanu, different from that in other parts of the country? Is Nnamdi Kanu the biggest threat to the coexistence of the country? An appeal court recently discharged Nnamdi Kanu, and yet the democratically elected government of President Muhammadu Buhari ignored the 13th of October 2022 court judgment that had discharged Kanu and filed a stay of execution of the Court of Appeals judgment. This brings us back to the scapegoat theory. Sociology says that groups that scapegoat occupy a low socio-economic status in the society and have little access to wealth and power. They say these people often experience prolonged economic issues and poverty and come to adopt shared outlook and beliefs that lead to prejudice and violence. As with any science involving theories, there will always be a variety of viewpoints. But from my point of view, this Nnamdi Kanu case is turning into a curious case in which we need to ask all sorts of questions. And my first question is this: is Nnamdi Kanu a real threat to the coexistence of Nigeria or just a scapegoat? I leave the question to the government for answers. Well, guys, that is the analysis for now. Kindly subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment, and please introduce this channel to your friends, family, and well-wishers so we can grow. Thank you all for listening. Bye.